podcast contains spoilers.
And Peter Gabriel.
Liar.
Play it as the outro.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the As Seen on TV podcast for Star Wars Rebels Season 3, Episode 17, Through Imperial Eyes. I'm your host, Cleo, and with me I have John and Sam.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Ooh, this episode was so good.
Yeah.
It was like
This is crazy.
tense and it was all things. And I love Callus.
It's very, very tightly put together, and
Yeah.
I was
Nicely
very
paced.
impressed with their plan. Some nice execution, but all or not.
Yeah. Well. Yeah,
I mean-
so Ezra's there to get Callus off, out of the Imperials, because there's intel that they know, or that they're close to knowing. And to be fair, they were. I think Thrawn's known this whole time.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
He even says at the end, he's like, I don't like throwing accusations without proof.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, the thing that Ezra came to save him, just doing that gave him proof.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was coming anyway, but didn't help.
No, it didn't.
I was like, guys. Ugh.
Yeah.
As soon as he walked out, I was like, ooh, that was pretty slick. But then I'm like, they know what really happened. And then he just kind of looks, and he looking at the helmet, and he's figures it out in 2 seconds. I'm like, don't! Oh.
See, and Callus could have left, which hurts even more. Because
Yeah.
he could have
I
just...
know. I'm like, dude, you're gonna get stuck. You're gonna get caught. No.
Yeah, he's screwed now.
Hopefully,
Oh, yeah.
bureaucracy will, keep him alive for a while.
Yeah, I don't know what the protocol is for
Treason?
treason. I don't know what it is in the Empire.
I guess
I
that's
mean,
true.
I don't know what it is. Basically, I don't know if it's
It's
treason,
not
you're out,
pretty.
or if you get, you get jailed, or if you get a trial. I have no idea what it is.
I would assume
Yeah.
you'd get jailed, you'd get a trial, so hopefully that'll keep him alive for a while.
Perhaps.
I
But
mean,
yeah.
it depends on how bad
Unless
the
you
treason
were-
is.
Yeah.
This is probably just a
This is
bullet to the
pretty
head.
bad.
Or
Yeah.
a blaster bolt, but you get the idea.
Yeah,
Yep. It's pretty bad.
that's upsetting.
I'm trying to think. Yeah, because the only thing I know of was again from Lost Stars, where they talked about what they did after the fall of the Empire, but that was imprisoning Imperial officers rather than the other way around. So I don't know what it would be like within the Empire itself, how they deal with discipline. But yeah, I can only imagine the Emperor wouldn't be too thrilled about that. So
No.
Probably not.
no.
Nope. I like that it started with a first person view of Callus. And
Yeah,
I liked
that was cool.
they
Thanks,
talked
yeah.
about that. And they were like, well, we didn't have time to render pajamas for him, so he sort of wakes up with his armor on.
Right?
he's
Whatever.
sleeping with he's sleeping with his armor on. Video game characters, they never render them with the covers on. So it's
Yeah, no, never. I mean, that's something I just noticed with Star Wars characters in general. They have one outfit basically for one entire movie, maybe two. That's kind of it. And in this case, it's he's just I woke up like this.
yeah.
So
I mean, he did.
he did.
And I think they said they wanted to do it for the whole episode, but it just wouldn't have worked out as well, I guess.
It wouldn't have worked because cutting away to the stuff with Kanan and Rex would have been weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I liked that they did a little bit. Here's the Imperial eyes you're seeing this through. I think that was enough.
I thought that was cool, and I wasn't sure who it was at first. So I was like, "Is this? I don't know. Has somebody been knocked unconscious?" I'm like, "Oh wait, he was asleep. Oh, that's adorable."
Yeah.
It was cool.
I liked him and Ezra's interactions. Because we haven't really seen just the two of them. And Ezra's still like, I don't really trust you. How do I know you're not doing the long con for the Empire? And Callus says, I can say the same about you. And Ezra's like, alright, good point.
Yeah, no, it's just totally... That's very, very true. No. When they were like doing that, they're like distrustful of each other the whole way through, and I felt like, yeah, that's kind of fair. I think even Kanan has a little bit more faith in him than Ezra does, which I don't blame him because he's a kid. He'd be wary of somebody like that, and Callus is wary of him because he's just like because he's a kid and he'll just kind of do something reckless on a dime. So he is a good guy, Jedi, but like he kind of does what he wants. So
yeah.
Like coming to rescue him. He didn't think that was such a bright idea, but they're like,
No.
we're trying to do you a favor, man. He's like, what are you doing? You're gonna get us all killed.
Yeah, he's like, you're gonna blow my cover, dude. It's like, what are you doing?
Exactly. What are you doing?
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like he should have been out of there a long time ago,
Probably.
just to be on the safe side.
Yeah, after that first and I can't remember now at what point it was. I think it was like 2 or 3 episodes ago. But like Thrawn is like looking at him. I was like, oh, dude, you're so toast. Like he knows it's you, so you gotta get out.
Yeah.
So in this one, they're like, we're extracting you. I'm like, oh, whew, cool. And he's like, I'm staying. I'm like, dude. No, you don't want to do that.
No, you know what?
Sorry.
It was a long ass time ago. It was an Inside Man. That was episode 10. We're on episode 17.
Ooh, there you go.
That's when Thrawn gave him the eyes like, I suspect you. So,
I got you. Yeah, no,
Thrawn's
he was
been sitting on
totally
this.
giving him the side eye like he knew it was him. And I was like, dang.
Yeah.
But even with that whole bait and switch of like the comm, they're communicating and all that, that was pretty good. I was
my God.
That was pretty clever. And like setting up Governor Price, I thought that was pretty good too. It's like, oh.
But I was like, this isn't gonna work, guys. Like it's too easy. You found him the day that Yularen showed up. Like really?
Oh yeah. No. And that was what made me go like, they're probably not gonna fall for that.
Honestly, every move that Callus made, I was so impressed, and I was like, okay, that might fool him, that might fool them. But then it was the helmet, and I'm like, no! No!
I was like, damn it. I was like, you're taking a lot of risk here, too, where you're, like, shutting off the surveillance, and, like, but, like, he got him into a new uniform, and, like, made sure that he was supposed to be that officer's name that they're talking about. It's like,
List.
like you're saying, he was, like, doing pretty good, and I'm like, and then, again, it all falls apart with the damn helmet. And I was like, darn it, Sabine, I love that you're a wonderful artist, but my gosh, it just, like, gives it all away.
I know. Well, I mean, it's not even Sabine. Because it's Ezra that has her do the helmets in the first place. And it's also that Ezra insists on wearing these helmets.
Well, it insists on wearing them, and it's a loft cat, like,
Yeah.
Well, he was supposed to be appearing like a bounty hunter from Lothal, so
exactly.
I mean, I guess. But
and I loved how calm Callus was about this. Like, he's not a rebel. He's a bounty hunter. What are you going to bring him to Thrawn for? Like, he's trying to play it off. I was like, oh, dude. I was like, okay, you try to stay on top of this. That's cool. Didn't work out. But I was like, oh, that was smart.
It strikes me how many people think that Thrawn is stupid in this show.
Oh,
like,
no.
Everyone underestimates him, and it's like, this is the one person in the universe that you really don't want to underestimate because he will find you and he will ruin you from the ground up.
But that's the thing.
He'll figure it out.
I don't think Callus ever thought that Thrawn was stupid. He's just...
Yeah. I don't know. But like Ezra doesn't respect how smart he is.
No, Ezra doesn't respect a lot of things, though.
Yeah, because again, he's a kid, but like, I think the only other person, I think Hera understands how dangerous he is. I'm not sure that Kanan does either.
That's what I was going to say, yeah. Kanan and Rex didn't seem...
I think Kanan underestimates him too because he's not force sensitive, but that's what makes him even more lethal. He doesn't have to be, and he figures that stuff out.
Yeah.
He doesn't need to be tapping into the force to be figuring stuff out. He just knows. That makes him even scarier.
Yeah, and I think Ezra just he clings to the victories, and he like is overconfident. Because he rolls up and he's like,
catch up with him.
Nobody remembers what I look like. Like, I look so different. Yeah. It's like, Ezra, honey.
No. Again, he's 16 or 17 at this point. He's still, you're going to play like a teenager. You're going to play like, fast and loose, like, it's fine. You're not going to really be thinking of the consequences. So,
speaking of teenagers. Yeah. Actually, Lieutenant List was... When he first showed up in this episode, I was like, you look familiar, but you're just, like, Imperial Officer number 50. But then he mentions the princess on whatever planet, and I was like, oh my god, you're the one that Leia totally dicked over.
Yeah, you're the one that made yourself look like an asshole. Yeah. Oops. That was you, dude. I forgot him, too. You know what I realize now, actually? If it's one of the dudes that has their eyes covered with their cap, with their Imperial cap, that's literally Imperial Officer number 50. Yeah. Because they don't even get eyes. They just get covered and they're there.
You get no
face. They're very
No, and Steve Bloom does the voice, so...
If they at least get to be looked in, like, the eyes, that means they're, like, a character a little bit.
Yeah. They're, like, somewhat important.
Exactly.
Yeah, speaking of Thrawn being... a threat, like, we see him, he lets himself be seen beating up these two assassin droids. Because like, he left the training room door open, and I was like, he did that on purpose. That was a power play.
Yeah.
Like, there's no way it wasn't.
Of course it was.
Yeah.
Because that opens up, and then it closes, and then it comes around, they're like, oh, he's ready to see you now. I'm like, oh, I'll bet he is.
Which, after a workout, putting on your uniform, like, that can't be comfortable.
No.
It's gross.
Yeah.
Unless his race doesn't sweat.
I was just going to say, unless his species doesn't sweat that much, then,
Yeah, good for you, but...
I don't know. That was pretty cool, though.
That was really
especially
cool.
At the... when he actually had to fight them at the end, like, that was...
Yeah, I was like...
That was really cool, too.
Yeah.
I was like, ooh, they're not going to deactivate, haha. But I didn't think for a second that he would be killed by them at all, because, I was like, nah, that's not going to happen. But I was kind of like, ooh, yes, this will make it a little bit more difficult for him, but he did take them out, no problem. I'm going, ooh, that's kind of terrifying. But again, I expected no less from him, so yeah.
The way that scene was choreographed, too, was so freaking epic. Thrawn, like, shoots them. It was like, like the slow motion with explosions in the background kind of epic fight.
Because he stops, he's timing himself, and he, like, uses a blaster where, like, and turns around and still has the timing to get to the other one and stop it right there before it gets him. And I'm like, oh, Jesus, this guy's not kidding around.
Not at all.
Which, again, I expected from him. I'm like, oh, God, he's terrifying even more now.
Yeah, he really is.
Oh, yeah.
Callus, I'm sorry, I'm having trouble picking my words. Callus tells Ezra, no, they're close to your planet, they're close to where your base is. We can't just leave it like that. And as, they go and they change the star map, and just in my mind, I'm like, that's not gonna work. Because, no. Yes, he's probably using a computer's algorithm to find the planets, but I bet he stares at that star map, so, like, he'll eventually notice that planet's not the same.
Something's out of place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he brings up the map and says, oh no, everything's fine. But I think eventually he's going to notice, and he'll be like, I may have to start from the beginning and go back. And I think he'll know exactly which planet it is that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They might have just doomed themselves by trying to hide the planet they're on.
I feel like they really just maybe sped up the inevitable.
Yeah, exactly.
Kind of the theme of this episode.
Yeah.
Well, anytime it's him trying to track somebody down, he, like, the way he does it, which this is what makes him fun to watch because he's a strategist, is he leaves just enough rope for the other person to hang themselves, and then he's like, "Great, gotcha." So, and then at that point he can like move in and like basically get his proof like he wanted, or we were talking about before too, because at that point he's like, "Yep, you just came right into my clutches the way I thought you might, and I got you." You're like, "Oh crap."
Yeah, and I mean we've seen him. His specialty is the long game.
Mm-hmm.
He played it with Callus. It's been 10 episodes. No, 7 episodes.
Yes.
It's been 7 whole episodes, and he's let him. Right, he knows now. Basically, he has the proof he needs. Yeah. Mm-hmm. He waited for the moment and he got it.
And he clearly, like, he was studying their hyperspace lanes and, like, the routes that they were travel, their locations, their attacks. So, like, a lot of data that they had no idea that they were feeding him.
Yeah,
that's the thing.
Yeah,
they have good leadership in the rebels, but they don't think enough about this stuff. People are going to start to notice patterns of your attacks if you always come from the left in this particular part of the galaxy or whatever.
Yeah. Yep.
They're going to know.
They can tell where you blast yourself out of, whatever system you left. They can figure that out based on the ship. And unfortunately, I think for the rebellion, like, their ships are in short supply, so they can't be like ditching ships everywhere and like getting something different every time. But like we learned in the first movie, like they get the Falcon and they're like, that's Marking Smash, the ship that blasted its way out of the, Mos Eisley. It's like, well, duh, that's it. That's the ship we're looking for. So it's not as if they can't do the same kind of thing. And like John's saying, if you're always coming from the same place, they're gonna figure it out.
Yeah, and not only do the rebels not have enough ships to just abandon, but they don't have enough fuel to take the long way around to trick them, like, come the other way. They don't have any of those kinds of resources to pull maneuvers like that.
Nope. No, not yet.
No.
Because we're still...
Kind of come in and go and hide and do their guerrilla tactics and dart away, and like that's all they can do.
Mm-hmm. And really, because they're still all, at this point, operating as, like, separate cells, so there's no Rebel Alliance yet, We're still a little before that. Mm-hmm. So... they don't, no one's like, "Hey, man, we got some extra proton torpedoes. You got some fuel for us?" Yeah, we do,
Yeah, they're...
What are X-Wings? We need those. Wait, little bit.
Our A-Wings just keep dying. I don't know.
Maybe we should put shields on these. Make them out of paper mache. We'll save money.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Shit, yeah. But, I was gonna say something about the rebels. Oh, right. But not only all this time has Thrawn been taking that kind of analytical data, but he's been taking, like, he's been looking at all the Sabine's artwork and studying that, because we know he's got an eye for art. He's got an eye for, like, historical things, traditional relics, whatever. So him being able to recognize Sabine's handwriting in her art, that's another way he got them. Because he's collecting every information he can.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He has things that are important to, and we saw that room of stuff earlier, but he has something that's kind of important to almost not everybody, but he has, that, like you're just saying, relics, and he likes to study and understand a culture from the inside out and then figure out what their weaknesses are there, because if you figure out what it is that, makes a people, you can find out what their weakness is too, and you can get him where it hurts. So that's what he likes to do. That's what makes him also scary again. But yeah, he's got, that like kind of, I don't know where he got that slab of stone that has all that artwork on it from Lethal. I was like, wait, where'd you just get this thing?
Yeah, I feel like he landed on Lethal and took like a wall off a building that Sabine had tagged.
This wall, thanks.
Probably.
Cool.
Yeah.
And he has that relic of Hera's, which I don't remember what it's called, but it's we
the
saw
family
one episode
artwork
around that specifically, and he made off with it. So the fact that he like even that was a really good episode too, because he like knew what it was, confronted her on it, and figured it out based on the relic itself, and then looking at the family portrait while they're in that room, you're going, oh god, he knows. So yeah,
and I mean that was the our tactician face off, Hera versus Thrawn, so yeah. In that room full of stuff, which I think is part of Thrawn's office, there were Easter eggs. So there was a cup in there that was supposed to be the Holy Grail from Indiana Jones. There was a clone helmet that belonged to I forget who it was, but it's one of the ones that Yoda beheads, or kills, that try to kill him.
Mm-hmm. Oh god.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And they said, on Rebel Recon, they said that it might not have been that specific helmet, but we've never seen that same paint job on any other clone's helmet, so it's probably his.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Who knows how he got it, but yeah, a couple little Easter eggs in that room.
I have to go back and look for the Holy Grail, because that's just hilarious. And also,
if
anyone doesn't know, in Temple of Doom, when they're the very beginning, they're driving through, they're trying to make the getaway after they drive right by a club that says Club Obi-Wan. I'm like, ha ha, Steven Spielberg, aren't you funny? So
nice.
Well, they also use one of the paintings that he had of Lothal was concept art that they had for the show.
That's right. So yeah, it was the first time that they had the concept artwork in a fully rendered episode.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Which was cool. Mm-hmm. Good use of it.
Yeah.
I mean, but my thought now is what? So, is he just gonna find the base and stomp them, or is he gonna find some leverage of some kind and destroy them emotionally first?
Probably. Well, he also knows that this isn't the only base.
Right.
So him finding this base, because he's already said that, him finding this base is going to be just more information for him to try and find the rest of the rebels.
Well, yeah, I mean, but he definitely wants to stop the Ghost crew, because they're such big figureheads or at least he wants to, I don't know, even destroy them from the... Because, all right, this is what's been ruminating in my head this week.
Oh, no.
So, Chrissy, you kept saying, that you think Ezra's parents might still be alive somewhere.
Oh, that's Sam.
And Sam, sorry.
Yeah, I think they're still alive somewhere. Personally.
What if he just parades them out in front of Ezra and is like, hey, you don't do what I want, I kill them.
I wouldn't put that past him in the least bit, because I think at that moment, especially given how, Ezra's being a little cocky, a little careless, all it takes is that one thing to completely rip away all sense of anything and make him just be, do really, really dumb, desperate thing.
Right.
And
that's what I was...
And if he went to Lothal and took a wall, who's to say he didn't find Ezra's parents?
Oh, yeah. Well, also, again, it comes back to the same rule. Now, granted, his parents don't have the same, they have importance because they have importance to him as a character, but they were killed off screen, and I just don't buy that, because of just the fact that they could offer, leverage or something. It could be part of that. We all think Ezra's going to the dark side. That could be part of something, too, and that's also why I don't think Ahsoka is dead either, because she deserves better than an off-screen death. But that's
and that's the thing. It's and they keep bringing it up. Ezra keeps talking about it, and I'm like, they wouldn't keep mentioning it for no reason, right?
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I don't know.
And I mean,
and I think
it's not just that they died off screen, it's that we never saw bodies.
No, yeah.
Because we've had plenty of people in Star Wars die off screen, but we've seen bodies, so.
Exactly.
Well,
we see
toasty.
Most of the time.
That's what I'm thinking of.
We know what so actually, interestingly, we see our hero. Oh no, I was gonna say actually Han Solo broke that trend. I was gonna say we see our heroes fall, but we don't get we get their bodies back. That's not true.
No, it's not.
I was like, oh,
he kind of blows up with
villains. I know, and I was thinking of villains because I'm thinking, well, the Emperor gets tossed off of something, Maul goes down a hole to the two halves of him. We do wind up seeing him again, which we don't expect, but ultimately we don't see their bodies when they die. But Yeah, but I take that back.
Yeah.
That pattern doesn't fit.
And before move on, gotta go back a little. I forgot to really talk about Yularen because he was really cool in this episode. Had we known earlier that Callus was one of his students?
Yeah, I brought it. Well, they said they never mentioned it in the show, but
Okay.
I mean, we knew from the preview last week if that means anything. So no.
So no.
No short answer.
Yeah. Long answer, sort of. But I liked in Rebels Recon they draw the line of him like he was in, or they based him on someone in A New Hope, and then they used him in Clone Wars, and then they brought him back for Rebels, which I really liked because they in Rebels Recon they showed all three of his versions, and I think that's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
That is cool. I like that.
And he's the leader of the ISB, so that's always neat. I mean, I like him. I mean, granted, I'm a little sad he kind of blew up in the Death Star because it would have been cool to see more of him in the future. But hey.
Hey, maybe we still got 2 years before the Death Star in Rebels, so maybe he'll pop up a couple more times.
Yeah.
I really liked him too. It's really funny because for an Imperial, he had this just immediate warmness to him. I really liked him right off the bat. He seemed like a very teacher, mentor kind of figure, and I was like, oh, but you're evil though. Well, we don't know that he's evil flat out. But, like, you're with the Empire, so that's not good. But I gotta say, just as far as being able to enjoy certain Imperials, I really hella enjoyed seeing totally different Tarkin in Rogue One. So I'm just like, I am down to see you as much as I can before you go too.
Oh yeah.
And also, so maybe we'll be seeing in that sense, because like you just said, Christina, we have like 2 years before that happens. Maybe we'll be seeing more of him.
Yeah, and it does seem like he's working pretty closely with Thrawn finding Fulcrum. So
yeah, you know what's so funny too is the vibe that I got from it. Could be off, but I feel like he might be more sympathetic to Callus. So if he is found out, I feel like he'd be the first one to kind of be like, dude, like, you got to come to your senses. But it's probably he's gonna be like, I don't know.
Well,
I just feel like he might try and protect him. Something, I don't know.
I think Thrawn's just going to start using him. Just like, we're going to give him this false broadcast of news, and that's how he's going to set... I mean, he's not going to overuse it, though. He's going to use it one time to set his trap, and that's it. I mean, and he might even just kill him on the spot, or even just use him as leverage, like a prisoner. So,
I can't see them killing him on the spot, because, I mean, we're looking at a structure that's like the military, basically, so they wouldn't just, unless they were horribly corrupt.
Have you met Darth Vader?
Yeah, but that's Darth Vader. This is Thrawn. They do not have the same.
And Thrawn has a temper.
Yeah, well, you know what's interesting? I agree. I totally actually agree with you, Christina. Initially, no, we'll just use him as leverage. He'll do some kind of trial or something. But then I thought about it. It's like, I think at the same time, even though he can plan his strike accordingly and really use it well, I could also see him be completely ruthless, totally nail them in their base, force them to go elsewhere, and then at the same time kill them off. Be like, yeah, that's what you get for trying to mess with me. And I'm like, and we could all be like, whoa. And they would feel just really responsible for that. Yeah, they would feel very responsible, because not only would they have to relocate and that would all be blown, but then they lost their inside person who they felt responsible for. Like, oh, that's rough. So I can see that happening too, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, because if they find the planet and he just shows up with his Star Destroyer, that's it. It's over.
Yeah. I'm wondering.
All they have is their anonymity right now.
Yeah. I wonder, because they are on the planet with the Bendu. Bendu's not that far from there. If the Imperials come wanting to mess shit up in Bendu's backyard,
Yeah.
Well,
maybe.
I believe we were promised that we were going to see Bendu in action at some point. So
oh god, I can't. I love the Bendu so much.
Yeah. Like, I think he's gonna just roll up and be like, "Hi, this is not yours.
Get out."
So
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and I mean,
I could see that.
he'll just force pull a fucking Star Destroyer out of the sky. And
Be like, this is not a thing.
oh,
Sorry.
what? Your ship's in 2 pieces. Look at that. How'd that happen?
sorry, ma'am, we have cheat codes.
Yeah. So next episode is called Secret Cargo. When a routine refueling mission goes wrong, the Ghost crew finds themselves transporting an important rebel leader across the galaxy, pursued by Imperial warships.
We already know who that is. They kind of gave it away, so
Yeah.
it's okay. I was like, what important rebel leader? Who haven't we seen yet? I was like, yes, the one that's really kind of the most important right now.
Yeah.
Who is it?
So-
I didn't see.
Mon Mothma.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. And
Oh,
it sounds like they got the voice
lady.
like the same lady to voice act her from the movie from Rogue One. So
Yeah.
that was cool.
Yeah, and I mean they got Forrest
Whitaker to do it.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'll never
And there's
forget when
Y-Wings.
they first showed her.
There's Y-Wings! Finally!
They're flying Y-Wings.
Oh yeah.
Well, so this is my thing. So there was Y-Wings in the preview, and there was also a lot of female pilots in the Y-Wings. And we saw a lot of those female pilots in Rogue One, so I'm wondering if some of them are the same people from like Blue Squadron and stuff like that,
yes.
and Green
That
Squadron.
would be cool.
That would be really cool. And I think Ezra flies one of them too. So
Cool.
Sweet.
that would be really interesting.
Oh,
I hope they do that.
I'm sorry, I just remembered something I forgot to write down, I forgot to mention, but when Rex and Kanan are in the ship together, Kanan's like, Rex is like, whoa, in reference to how many ships there were, or how big the ship was. And Kanan's like, well, what is it? And I'm like, Kanan, can't you sense it? Like, you've shot things out, you've shot things with the turrets before. It's like, can you sense it or not? I just got so confused. I was like, wait, what can Kanan actually see?
Well, he uses his other senses.
Yeah.
So, like, if you're floating in space in a ship, it's kind of hard to... Like, he can probably feel like, yeah, I feel the presence of people aboard these ships, but I don't know an exact number,
Okay.
Yeah. Didn't he make some funny remark to Rex, too, when he was like, hey, what's going on? Or did I just make that up?
No, he did.
It was a fat joke.
Was it a fat joke?
And I was like, oh.
Because Rex was like, I swear I lost weight.
He made some kind of joke, and I'm like, oh.
Savage.
So cute. I know, I was like, taking shots at the old man.
Oh, yeah, I think that was when they were fighting.
Yeah. Actually,
Yeah.
speaking of, Governor Price, that lady,
Oh my
Damn.
god.
ass, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She gave Rex a
Whoa.
run for his money.
Yeah, I was going, whoa.
Yeah, he was like, I don't want to hurt you, lady, and she just started like beating the shit out of him. I'm like, don't worry about it, Rex.
She's just
Seriously.
like, shame, really.
Yeah, it's like, don't worry. It's okay.
She's
I actually
won't hurt
forgot
her.
that her and Sabine got into it, too, and that was
Yeah.
pretty big fight, too. I was going,
Yeah.
oh my god, so... We know this lady can take care of herself, so yeah. Which is cool. That's cool. Whether you're good or bad, it's good to know that we have some cool, cool action on that behalf.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right. So, John, where can the people find you?
You can find me probably repairing this hunk of junk at No More on Twitter.
Sam, where can they find you?
You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube at LikeLeia.
And you can find me at Cleomoto, and you can find all of us at ASOTV Podcast on Facebook, Twitter, Gmail, Google+, and right here on YouTube. Follow us for some more podcasts from some of your favorite TV shows, video games, and movies. Until next time, bye guys.
Bye.
Any day now, exploit.